What's up, guys? This is the new Hydra-Sport. We got it. We're just going to do a walkthrough video of how everything is now and some ideas of what we got going on before we're ready to really fish it and cross over to the Bahamas. It's a Hydra-Sport 25, but overall it's 27 plus the bracket, so we'll get into that. But you know, some stuff on the trailer needs to be replaced. Seen better days. Overall, it's not in bad shape. This is the only thing holding the boat on now, so we need a chain going from the I-beam to actually hold it on, because a big bump that could snap. They kept super good care of it. We have new hubs. When you're buying a boat, if you have new tires and new hubs, you're in really good shape. It's an aluminum trailer. One thing that I noticed over here is that the bunks, these bottom bunks are set up, there's no roller in between the actual boat and this beam for the trailer, so we're getting a lot of fiberglass damage right here, so that might need to be fixed up and then re-gel coated for sure, so we don't get any delamination there. I don't love the bottom paint, but it is what it is. You can see it is an Armstrong bracket. You can barely see it, but that's a super good sign. These are, if you're gonna have a bracketed boat, this is the bracket you want. Minimal, there's minimal like gel coat cracks and everything. We'll start in the transom. So this is actually, these are for trolling, but we can also put a seat back here and a cushion here. So this will be a seat when we're not using it for rods. In here, we've just got some ugly wiring, rigging, whatever. The hatches aren't in terrible shape. Another one over here, same thing. Fuel water separator. That was a saltwater washdown pump at one point. We got wires and everything. Back here is exposing the engine rigging. So basically what's happening is our power is coming from our batteries in our center console to these studs, and these studs are transferring them to the motors. This is old motor rigging, looks like, not connected to anything. There's another one. This boat used to have Evinrudes on it. Thank God it doesn't now. This needs a good clean. Thankfully, I just got a shop vac. This is in these. We can go take a look. But I'm not in love with this as somebody that does boat wiring. This is not what you want to see. And I think those are wire nuts, which is very scary. You don't want your bilge pump on wire nuts. In here we got our through hole. There's a major stringer that runs right through the middle, if you can see that. Not great for access, but I think we're married to it at this point. There's a live well here in the floor, needs to be cleaned out. Got another live well in here. Looks pretty solid. You have to pump overboard, so I don't love that, but whatever. This is just a plain old leaning post. So basically what we're gonna do here is build a toe kick that'll fold out here so that you can put your feet on, build some real actual structural seats and a nice seat back going up. Hopefully we'll build a true back rack coming from this leaning post welded to this T-top, and then build the seat back off of that. So that would be my ultimate plan. Unfortunately, this is the bad part about this boat. This, the former boat owner used to not stand on this hatch, which this hatch runs from under the leaning post to under the center console, and it's completely rotten. See that? See the flex? That is not what you want. this exposes the gas tank, so basically we're gonna have to take the leaning post off, take the center console off, and then take this out. So we'll have a completely exposed gas tank. At that point, we're gonna get it tested and checked to make sure our gas tank's good, because while we're in there, we might as well replace it if it's bad. If they say it's really good, I probably won't replace it, just like to try to save any kind of money I can on it. So moving on to the center console, I was told that these are vents. These are not vents. This was a subwoofer. These are speakers. This is just a hole in the center console that was covered up by a piece of starboard. I don't hate this layout. The troll mode's super cool. Apparently the switches work, although I don't love how those look. The start, all this stuff works. This is all new Suzuki rigging here, new gauges, a nice Simrad 3S 12-inch, which is what our boat had. That's my chart plotter of choice. That's what I like. From there we got cup holders, we got a little bit of storage in there. These Hydra-Sports in the 90s, the way that they did the consoles, make it really difficult to give it an updated look. So we're weighing options right now, but I think option number one is going to be de-rig the entire console when we do this, buy a new console that'll fit inside of this T-top that's a little bit taller and has a true flush face, and then install dual Simrads, make it look like a brand new boat. And pretty much at that point it will be. This new panel is going to be reinforced with Kusa instead of wood. Glassed on both sides. The access inside this console is not very good right now. Yeah, we'll do up top. We got a tea bag. It's got life vests and a throwable up there. We have a VHF that I don't think works. Up in here is just a little bit of storage and an old amplifier and some wiring. If you open that door, then you'll see me on the other side. So basically, and here we got our engine rigging. This has been, we've got, you know, switches, all this stuff. Basically, you know, this wouldn't be my first choice of how I would like everything to be. I think there is NEMA on the boat. There's a NEMA network. Yep, there it is right here. Got our NEMA board. There's 4 batteries and 3 battery switches. Looks like a complicated system that isn't organized at all. So we're gonna take it all apart and rebuild it. Here's another amp in here, way up under the console. Right there, there's an amp. Here's the back of the Simrad. There's our NEMA backbone. Here you go. Boat has working Bennett trim tabs, so that's nice. Although I prefer Lencos, so we'll wait when they go bad. We'll take them out. We have a little bit of storage in the front, but not like a traditional center console seat storage. So I really want to do a contender style here, where you have a flat face and a front opening door, and that way I can sit in there and make the wiring the way I like it. We can show you in here. This is throwable. This is where I'm going to keep like buckets of cast nets and stuff. Right now there's throwable in here. There's our 36 volt system for the trolling motor. Nice charger, breaker, all that stuff. Gotta move this trolling motor real quick. It's a Rodan 36 volt. I'm actually gonna sell this trolling motor because it works right now, and I want to sell it before it doesn't work. These are insulated fish boxes that drain overboard. They're not very deep. I guess these front boxes in Hydra-Sports were never deep because the stringer system comes all the way up to the deck. So basically, to add these fish boxes, they just build the deck up a little bit, and then build these fish boxes. This is the deepest one. Still not super deep, but it is insulated. You could definitely fit like 10 mahi in there. And then the other one looks just like that one. A quick release bracket for the trolling motor system. It goes into this puck and locks the trolling motor in. They didn't have a plug. It was just taped in. So I took that all apart. This is the anchor locker. Here's our open wires from the trolling motor, which don't look to be marine grade. It's got a nice C-claw anchor. If you ever buy a boat and it has one of these anchors, don't get rid of it, because this is one of the best anchors you can get. But having a dedicated anchor locker on a boat this size is pretty much a necessity. We have a nice aluminum bracket for the trolling motor, and all that. We got 2 pop-up cleats in the front, and I guess one of the nav lights is currently out, but overall it's in really good shape for its age. The guy took good care of it. We're going to do that hatch. We're going to replace the center console. We might do something with the transom. We're going to build that back rack, and I've got some of the glass guys that I work with helping me out on this, so I'm super excited. I was told the light bar works. I haven't tested it. But yeah, we're gonna make this thing into an absolute machine. Already picked up some upholstery for that, so I'll show you guys in a few. But we got a kitchen remodel in our house going on, and then after that, this boat's gonna get so much attention. I can't wait. Let me show you guys the best part of this boat, the reason why we got it, what I'm so excited about, and what I've never had before. '21 white twin 200 Suzukis, still under warranty. They got 1 year left. They've got 600-ish hours on them. They're gonna need some love. Like, there's some stuff. I was talking to the guy that actually had put them on the boat originally. He's a Suzuki dealer. He's a friend of mine. We're gonna have to replace the side pan. We're gonna get these all cleaned up. A lot of it's under warranty. But these are, we've never had a boat with motors newer than 2012, and that 2012 I had to pay a lot of money for. So I'm really excited. 2021 twins. Also never had a boat with twins. So guess now we're in the like medium boy club, you know, working on the big boy stuff. I sea trialed it. You can't even tell they're on. They're so nice. I can tell we have a little bit of a hydraulic leak here. We're leaking fluid. See these yellow streaks under the C-Star system, so we're gonna have to do seals sooner than later. That's all normal maintenance, so I'm super excited. This boat's rock solid. This is like a tried and true hull, very heavy, 24.5 degree dead rise, super solid built, carbon Kevlar from Hydra-Sport, all hand blade glass. It's just a rock solid boat, and you can tell it's 30 years old and it has less gel coat cracks than most 20-year-old boats I've had. I'm beyond stoked. The motors are taken care of. The rigging's taken care of for the motors. The Simrad is the other high ticket item that's also taken care of, so we need to add a sound system, do some cosmetic work. I'm super excited about the boat. It's a Hydra-Sport hull. It's a proven hull. It's carbon Kevlar. It's all hand laid glass. The stringer system is great. It went through an inspection in 2021. The floor is rock solid other than that one piece, which is a bolt in, bolt out. So we're going to take care of that and replace it with a Kusa backing. We're going to switch out the center console, do the back rack. I've never had a boat with twins before, So I'm super excited to have those twin 200 Suzukis, and under warranty, you literally can't beat it. We have a lot to do, and if you follow the playlist that this is going to be on, then you'll see all the rest of these videos coming. We got a kitchen remodel going on, so as soon as that's over, every dollar I have, every minute I have, is going to be invested into this boat, and I can't wait to do it. I'd much rather do that than a kitchen remodel. But yeah, I'm beyond stoked. This boat's going to be a lot of firsts for me, and basically, if you want to do something like this or build a boat to go to the Bahamas back and forth in, this is going to be the channel to watch, because at the end of this, in June, I'm planning on leaving on the 5th of June out of Fort Lauderdale to Bimini, and then spending a few days in Bimini with some friends that are going to cross with me. After that, we're going to be going to Chub Cay, Nassau, going all the way to the Exumas, which is about 300 miles offshore from Fort Lauderdale. And then working our way up from the Exumas to Abaco to Nassau, to West End from Abaco, not Nassau. And then into Jupiter, where my lovely wife is going to pick me up with the truck and boat trailer. So can't wait to do that. And guys, thanks so much for following. Like and subscribe if you don't mind. It helps us out a bunch. We're excited to see where this channel goes. Thanks so much. Peace.